Hello everybody, it's the drummer12382 here, and welcome back to the channel. Thank you guys so much for the love and support you guys have been showing on the recent content number and the recent I truly do greatly appreciate it. Welcome back to her story. This is the second game to Telling Lies. If you want to see my first episode of Telling Lies, I'll link in the description below, or you can click the card to go see it. It is a very interesting story. You'll see what I mean if this is the first time you've ever heard of this game series. Let's go ahead, just start game. You guys are in for a really big treat. I'm very excited to learn about this Victoria girl. If you want to see the first series, again, I'll put the description, I'll put the link here. Okay, so you start off with a key word. This keyword is murder. So you press search and a whole bunch of videos pop up. So you click the video and there's no tag, and so you press play.
You think it's murder?
Hold on, you click play.
You think it's murder?
And you can rewind.
You think it's murder? I mean, clearly it's murder. What can I do to help?
Okay, so the thing here is you get a whole bunch of videos from this one person, and then as you queue in pieces together, you get to find the other end of said person. So we're gonna watch all of these.
Yeah, that's me. But February, I mean, that was months ago.
See, February.
To do with Simon's murder.
February and Simon's is a good keyword. So what we can do is there notes? Is there like a notes I can write down? In the last game there was, what is checker? In the last game there was a notes bank, but I don't see a notes bank anywhere. Mirror game. Oh, checkers. I don't know what this does, but let's just exit out. Hack info. Okay. So Simon's and February are a really good word to search up next.
I didn't murder Simon. You've got it wrong. You've got the wrong person.
Okay.
I'd like to speak to a lawyer now. Please. You have no murder weapon. You have nothing. And all these stories we've been telling each other, just that. Stories.
Okay. So, I totally thought that this was going to be from continuing off from the last game, but it is not. So let's go ahead and search February. Oh, okay, I spelled it wrong. February. Alright. So, I think I'll watch this one.
Yeah?
Okay, yeah. Then we watched that one.
Well, I don't know. I probably had to pop out and get something. That's why I was speeding. And that wouldn't have been noted on my timesheet. But I really can't remember back to February.
Okay. So now we search Simon. See, and now we have a whole bunch of videos. 61 entries. How long is this one? Okay.
Simon Smith. He works at Ernst Brothers Glass. They do windows, all kinds of glass. Simon does the more special work. Mirror making, feature windows, artistic things. Really beautiful things.
Okay. Let's go ahead and continue watching these.
Simon is 6 foot, darkish blonde hair, average build. He's clean shaven. If his beard grows, it goes ginger, so he shaves it. I mean, not that there's anything wrong with ginger hair. And bought a photo instead of spring photo. This was taken last year on holiday in Rome.
That's another key word. Is Rome.
It's the Rockington Arms, the Rock. It's run by a nice couple, Peter and Susan.
2 more
There's
names.
some other regulars there that Simon likes to drink with, and the barmaid they're having sometimes, Helen. Peter said Simon had been in and had a few drinks.
All right.
Yes, there's an Amstrad one. No one uses it for very much. There's a printer so you can write letters on it. Simon sometimes plays games, you know, climb the tower, save the princess, that kind of thing.
Okay. So, I'm noticing these are all placed in June.
Simon isn't the type to run off or do anything crazy. Someone must have done something to him, or there must have been some kind of accident. So what do we do next?
Okay, so I'm gonna look up Peter first. Okay, so nothing on Peter. What happens if we look up Rome? Okay, let me look up. What happens if I look up Simon Smith? Okay, what happens? I'm actually gonna look up Simon again, cause what happens if I look up Helen?
No. I think he spoke to Helen. She said he was upset about her argument, but I'm not sure what else he said. He likes Helen. He likes blondes.
Okay, blondes. A whole bunch of more videotapes, and she plays guitar.
Could the hairs have come from somewhere else? I mean, could they... We have a lot of dolls in the attic. There's a
My
Rapunzel
birthday.
doll with long blonde hair. Could they have come from there?
Okay.
This other person doesn't exist. I don't know what the blonde wig is, but it could be anything. Have you looked at the cat flap?
Cat flap is a word.
You want me to play something? Well, I'm not the world's greatest guitar player. Okay? Probably needs tuning.
No, a little flat. It's a little flat.
How about a traditional ballad? Should be right up your street. Sisters came walking by the sea. Oh, the wind and the rain.
Is this copyrighted? I'm up.
Eldest one.
I'm exit out of that before it's copyrighted. Sorry. A traditional ballad is the achievement. Let's look up dolls. Okay, let's look up attic. Alright.
Yes. I inherited it from my parents, so it made sense to move back. Me and Simon. Felt like going back to old ways before the pregnancy.
Keyword.
Reminded me of being a girl, a dollhouse in the attic, old things. We didn't sleep in my parents' bedroom for a long time. We decorated it as soon as we moved in, but it was another year before we started
I
sleeping.
do like how these clips are short. And the last game, clips were 7 minutes long.
Yes. I read a lot as a child and watched lots of TV. Then the doll's house we had, we still have in the attic. It's kind of a fairy castle. We used to play up there and make up our own stories.
Okay.
She recognised me from the window. She told me to come inside and she hid me. They had made the attic into a place where Hannah could play. There was a dollhouse. She hid me up there. No one else ever went into the attic. It was her place.
Okay. Who is her?
I'm not sure where the dollhouse came from. don't know if it was given to them or they inherited it, and they wouldn't have had the money to buy it, was so huge. It must have been taken up to the attic in parts and then reassembled up there.
Interesting.
It's a beautiful thing. Wallpaper to scale, little furniture, the lights work, mirrors, beds, big duvets and pillows. We spent hours and hours playing in it, invented all these characters and families who lived there. We wrote paperwork for them all, passports, diaries, and gave them all really elaborate stories. Once, a moth got trapped in there. We'd left a light on. It was making the most horrendous noise. We tried to kill it, but it was tough.
How can a moth
We
be
ended
tough?
up crushing it under a copy of the Arabian Nights.
Okay. So the next key word would be the dollhouse. Okay, there's one extra clip here.
The legal stuff was completed very quickly. Hannah moved back in with Simon.
Hannah.
Eric gave
Good
Simon a
good,
week off to help with the move.
good name.
He decorated, modernised wallpaper, curtains. Hannah insists the attic be left as it was, dollhouse and all. Simon never went up there.
Okay, so Hannah. Really? Is it with an H at the end? Alright, there we go.
My name is Hannah. H-A-N-N-A-H. It's a palindrome. It reads the same backwards as forwards. It doesn't work if you mirror it though, it's not quite symmetrical, but well, I mean, you get the idea. Sorry. Hannah Smith, I live at 31 Gladstone Street.
31 Gladstone. Joey Gladstone. Again on my birthday.
What are you doing talking about Eve?
Okay. She's very, very stressed.
Yes, my name is Hannah Smith. Oh, shit. Sorry.
Okay. Weird.
Across the road, where my parents first lived there, was a midwife called Florence.
Name to look up.
When Hannah was born, I was born at the same time. The midwife was there to help.
Are you Eve?
I'd been throttled by the cord, probably wrapped around my neck by Hannah. The midwife told my mother I was dead. But I wasn't. She wrote all this stuff in a diary. Amazing what people will admit to on paper.
Crazy. Weird. Eve. Next name on the list is Florence to look up. Alright.
Well, my friend Eve. I mean, she was a friend from when I was a kid. And she was always more popular with the boys, and I used to hate her for it. I mean, really hate her sometimes.
Interesting.
Yes. We'd fight. We fought on the beach once, and I held Eve's head underwater. There was no one else around. It was at the far end of the beach, and I held her head under, and I kept it under. And for a moment, I just wanted to kill her and watch her drown.
And why were you friends with her?
that was it. It was just a moment. We were made up afterwards. It was a love-hate relationship.
More than just hate. Murder.
A police station. Yeah. When I was young, we ran away on my birthday. Bob Dylan was playing in London and we thought we could break into his tour bus and have him take us with him. The taxi driver we paid to drop us off, I mean, we'd saved money, pinched a bit here and there to pay for the fare. He was suspicious because we were so young, so he told the police. So they came and picked us up and took me back to Portsmouth. My mum picked me up from the station. But I blamed everything on my friend Eve. So my parents let me off.
She snitched.
My mother called me Eve.
So does she have like bipolar disorder or something?
Florence took me home with her. Mother hadn't been expecting twins and had a healthy baby. I guess she was just happy for Florence to clean up. Take away the evidence that this was anything but a happy occasion.
Occasionally things will happen in the background.
Florence raised me in her home. I never left it. She kept me out of sight. It wasn't odd for people to see a midwife with a baby, carrying in supplies, washing nappies, that sort of thing. I never knew any different. I grew up looking out of my window and seeing her across the road. I thought it was like a reflection in the mirror. She was me.
A minute and 24 seconds.
Florence was a warm, kind person. But she was broken, I guess. When I found her diary, I also found a biscuit tin with other stuff in it. Older papers, letters, that kind of thing. Her story was in there. I never really spoke to her about it. I was far too young to really understand. I guess I just put it together later, once I was older. She had loved children, planned to have a large family, but her husband died in the war.
Dang.
And that was back when you married for life. She never felt like she could marry again. Isn't that strange? She was a widow from her 20s. But, I mean, I guess it was different then. You know, you married for life and she felt she could never marry again.
So since it's the 90s, I'm guessing she was born in the 70s?
One of the dead. I don't know, maybe there was more to it than that.
1973-ish, she's probably born. So she's probably like my age there. Maybe she's like 28.
No, it was just me and her. Eve was the name they were going to call their first child. They talked about it and were going to try when he came back. Florence's family had a history of firstborn girls, so they were convinced it was going to be a girl. It's hard to know if this is all true. These are stories I remember, that I read when I was a child. Maybe I misread, maybe I misunderstood. Sometimes it's hard to remember what happened last week.
I'm running out of stuff to look up. Diary.
No, he doesn't keep a diary. That's my thing. I've kept one, well, as long as I can remember, since I was a girl. Helps make sense of my day. And when you're forced to put something into words, this gives you perspective. Everyone's on the same page.
Things on the same page.
When I was 8, Mother died. She slipped down the stairs.
That sucks.
It was an accident. I had read a diary at that point and I knew she wasn't my real mother. So I burned the diary that day and I left. Walked out and across the street.
What is happening? Why are the cops outside?
It just became our way of life. We would swap places and take it in turns to do things. And we were very careful. Whoever had been out that day would come back and write a detailed diary so that we were on the same page. We had a list of rules that said what we could and couldn't do in any given situation. It was exhaustive. We lived a second life through those rules. Rules for things that could only ever happen inside our imaginations. We would consider all the permutations of future events and agree rules to walk our way through them.
Okay. Oh, cancel. I guess second life. Okay. What if I go... What if I look up... Mother. Okay.
Okay. There's a girl and she's staring out of the window. She's sad. She's trapped. She's here. She's looking out the window because her mother won't let her out.
Okay. Mother's being sheltering.
It's Rapunzel. The story starts when she's born. Mother Gothel, a witch, takes Rapunzel from her parents and keeps her locked up in this tower. Rapunzel gets pregnant by the prince, and Mother Gothel is furious, so she cuts off her hair and throws it. Actually, her hair's already short here, so that's already happened. So she throws her into the wilderness, and Rapunzel is reunited with the prince, who's blind, but she kills him with her tears, and so it's a happy ending. Is that too much?
Achievement. It's a happy ending.
I would have been a good mother. I was young, but I would have been a good mother. She was a girl, by the way, the baby. We were going to call her Sarah. Simon wanted to call her Ava after his nana, but I didn't want her to have a symmetrical name.
Okay. I have a symmetrical name.
Well, she wasn't my real mother, but she raised me. Do you want to hear the story?
How long is this? Okay.
It's a real-life fairy tale.
Let's look up Rapunzel. Nothing on Rapunzel. Let's look up Sarah. What about Ava? I am running out of stuff to look up. What about fairy tale? Sick. What is this clock? Oh, these are all my entries.
Sorry. The picture, the way it's drawn, just reminded me of the books we used to read as children. I read those fairy tales over and over, and they were so real to me. Rapunzel was my favourite. My brain is just full of it. How many of these in colour? And the
Interesting.
Glaziers. I worked there some weekends, and Simon had a part-time job there too. That was Eric's generosity.
Eric, I need to look his
He
name
was
up.
always good at helping out other people's children. Simon was quiet. more thoughtful than the other boys. Even then, he had a sense of craftsmanship. Wasn't always rushing stuff. Boys that age are just running around like headless chickens most of the time. You know? Plus, he had that look. He looked like a fairy tale prince from one of my books.
Just very charismatic. 24 seconds. Play.
Simon never cheated on me. He was devoted to me.
I can tell it's a fake
I was
tattoo.
devoted to him. Nothing in life is easy. We were good to each other. Life isn't a fairy tale. You do what you can.
Last one.
Fairy tales. Stories about lost princesses, evil witches, magical mirrors and lost children. So you see, even before I knew the truth, I'd found it in those stories.
What else to look up? Eric. Okay, cool. Bunch of stuff.
He was wearing a shirt, it's a blue turtleneck shirt and jeans. He has a watch, it's a really nice one. That was a gift from his boss, Eric. He had his coat, a long grey duffel coat, like Paddington Bear. He would have taken that with him, it's not in the house. So, it was Friday evening, we had an argument, he left. On Saturday he didn't come back, I waited all day. He was supposed to go help Eric out with something on the Saturday afternoon, they had a job, he didn't show. So Eric was ringing on the phone. I checked at the Rock, that's our local. They said they'd seen him on the Friday night but not since. He still wasn't back this morning, it just isn't like him at all. Still not back by dinner time. It's getting dark again, so I decided to come see you. His parents haven't heard anything either.
Okay. The Rock is something to look up next.
Yes, there's a car that we share, a Cavalier, and a van he uses for work. It's owned by Eric, but we look after it. Both of them are there now, parked in the street. I'm not sure about the keys for the van. I can look for you when I get back.
Oh, that was short.
Yes, that would be in his wallet. It's a Visa, a silver one. He doesn't like to spend money he doesn't have, so he usually pays with cash, but Eric convinced him to get one. Eric was like an uncle to him. They were pretty close. They spend a lot of time with each other, especially when they have to go to conferences. Have you met his wife, Diane?
Diane is a good name to look up. Alright. And The Rock.
Oh, God, I don't know. I mean, I guess The Rock. We've spoken to everyone there. Someone must have seen where he went. I don't know. So many things could have gone wrong.
She is sexy. Gotta admit that.
No one has been in the last few weeks. We had a plumber come in 3-4 weeks ago. Someone summoned you from The Rock.
Alright, now I'm gonna look up Diane. Diane.
Diane is really nice. She helps out with the glaziers, organises the Christmas party, that sort of thing. They have 2 kids, really sweet kids. She used to look out for me when I worked there.
Okay.
Yeah, that's Simon's watch. It was a gift from Eric. He got it this year. It was a wedding anniversary gift. Steel.
I need to wear my watch more. I haven't worn it in a while.
That time, you must eliminate me. I was in Glasgow then.
Glasgow.
Not really. He would go to the pub. He had his drinking buddies there, but no one ever really came back to the house. Sometimes Eric, his boss, and his wife would come over for dinner. That would be us returning the favour. Diane is a really good cook, into her trendy ingredients. And the last time Simon cooked something off MasterChef, he got the recipe off Ceefax, and I did my Lloyd Grossman bit, commenting from the sidelines. I had to find fennel from the supermarket. Have you ever eaten fennel?
And then there's a guitar bit. Have you ever eaten fennel? Was the achievement. Let's listen to her guitar playing again.
Simon and Eric arguing? No, I can't imagine they'd be arguing. And they get on so well. Unless it was something to do with work. Maybe Simon was being too much of a perfectionist. But I don't know. You should ask Diane.
Okay. Glazier? Is that how you spelled it? Yes.
A mobile phone? Yeah. Well, they have one for the Glaziers, but it's only for work. I can't remember the number. Oh, it's in the kitchen. I saw it plugged into its charging cradle.
Okay.
I did. Well, we met when we were 17, both working at the Glaziers.
Glazier seems like a bar?
We couldn't afford our own place. Simon dropped out of school, went full-time at the Glaziers. That was Eric's generosity.
No, Glazier's is the mirror place? No, that's Ernest Brothers Glass.
And the baby, if it came. It was a nice change, time to myself, living there for those months, full of hope. No, everyone loved Simon. He's a glazier who doesn't have much money. I don't know. I don't know.
All right, Ernest Brothers Glass. What if I just look up Ernest Brothers? What if I just look up Ernest? Okay. Van. Glasgow. There we go.
I got in the car and I drove. I just kept driving north. Just kept going, just wanted to get as far away as I could. When I finally stopped, I was all the way up in Glasgow. I was so tired. I just had to sleep.
She has a nice relaxing voice.
Yes. I got to Glasgow, I was exhausted, so I pulled over and slept in the car. I woke up because a rubbish truck went past. I got some petrol, bought a coffee and a pastry, tried calling someone from the payphone, and then headed back.
Interesting.
No, I don't think so. Glasgow was deserted that early in the morning.
Okay, 5-second clip.
When I arrived in Glasgow, I was exhausted.
We get that part.
The streets were empty. I was driving badly. And I hit a taxi. Not a big crash, just paintwork. The guy was so pissed off because I didn't have a driving license on me. But when I told him I was pregnant, he made sure I got to the hospital so they could check me out. It was fine. The hospital must have details when I was looked at. There's a scratch on the car.
Let's look up England. Plymouth was a place she mentioned, right? Plymouth. Let's hope. What was that place that she mentioned? Was it Plymouth? Babysitter. I didn't mean, oh, okay. I just hit enter and something popped up.
Black coffee, thanks. No sugar. Sweet enough as it is.
Oh, 271 entries. Can you make this full screen? No. Read me. I don't need to read the introduction to a computer. This is the database. I filed the Freedom of Information in 1999. The Y2K thing hit and they got mothballed. No one touched them in 97. What if I look up? It's 1999. Or like 1998. 1997. 1994. What if I just start looking up months? June 30th, 94. What if I just look up June 30th? What if I just look up June? What if I look up July? I am running out of things to search. There's a glare there, so I'm gonna move that down. Let's look up brother. Here we go.
She's crying, I guess. She's sad because she thought she saw her husband with another woman. But it's okay, because she finds out it wasn't her husband, it was his brother. And so it's fine.
That didn't get me anything. Husband, because that's a thing. Oh, cool.
I haven't been into work. I guess I've just been waiting, ready to hear from you, hear from my husband.
Okay. Well, your husband's dead.
When you suspect someone of murdering their husband.
Okay.
I thought it made me sound suspicious. It's not a normal thing to do, to drive to the other end of the country. I wanted to keep it simple. I knew it was stupid not to tell you everything. Saying I spent the night in Glasgow when my husband went missing, I thought it would, distract you from what was important. It's different now.
Now he's gone and you regret all your decisions.
It was supposed to be a secret. Just because Simon is dead doesn't mean I have to give up all his secrets. It doesn't have anything to do with what happened to Simon. No one murdered my husband because he cheated his expenses for a romantic weekend in Oxford.
See, I looked up England. And now I get Oxford.
There was a conference, something to do with double glazing. In Oxford? Are you sure?
I'm gonna look up secrets.
What would you be doing in Oxford if there was no conference?
Cheating on you.
I remember calling him. He said it was boring and he spent most of the time at the bar.
Secrets.
I hoover my dust every week, maybe less. I once asked Eleanor how often I should dust, and she said,
That's a name.
people ask, tell them you do it once a week, but every few weeks is okay. I think she was just trying to make me feel better. I mean, when I was there, she was hoovering every day. Ran an ordered house. You know how that generation is, putting on a brave front. She has secret stashes of cigarettes. Doug doesn't even know she smokes. When I was there, I saw her. She has these sort of porcelain vases, ornamental, next to the Reader's Digest books. Cigarettes inside. And she still has them. I mean, last time I was there, I looked in a vase. There was a fresh pack. I mean, all those years of marriage, and she still has a secret like that.
Yes.
When we weren't together, we'd send secret messages by tapping out a code that we'd learned from a book, the knock code. Something prisoners of war would use. We'd tap them out on radiator pipes or the attic floor.
Interesting.
Dad thought we had mice, but they couldn't find any. Bought a cat anyway.
Alright, everybody. I think I'm going to go ahead and call this video here. This also seems like a thing to look up. But anyways, I am going to go ahead and call it. So without any further ado, thank you guys so much for watching today's video. I truly do greatly appreciate it. If you guys are new to the channel, please hit that subscribe button. If you guys enjoyed today's video, please leave a like. And as always, I'll see you guys here tomorrow. Bye, guys.